Hi everyone, welcome. The new episode of Peter's English podcast has been started. I'm your host, Peter. How are you? I'm feeling well. It's the end of the work week. Now my weekend has been started. Yes. That means I've written for you chapter 1 of my novel Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary. It's called chapter 1, Vierka's childhood. But at first I want to introduce to you. I'm your host, Peter. I'm owner of my own Peter's English podcast. I'm 34 years old. I like learning English and doing my podcast. I decided to learn English because I want to change my life. I want to live without language barriers. I want to visit foreign countries. I want to have better paid job. And I want to create my own community of Peter's English podcast that will be the community of people who like learning English like me. And they are doing their own English podcasts about their hobbies in English, and they are writing their own novel like me. And in publishing it in their own English podcasts. I've been learning English since August 2022. The first year I was thinking that I have to learn only English grammar, and I was doing it for the 1 year, but then I found my favorite English teachers, influencers that they've opened my eyes. I discovered that I have to practice my listening skills, my writing skills, my reading skills, my speaking skills, English grammar and pronunciation. And the best way how to practice your listening skills, you have to regularly listen to your favorite English podcasts. I really recommend you to listen my favorite English podcasts because they are funny, educational, and you can listen to very interesting English conversation between native English speakers, and it's funny. You have to practice your reading skills, and the best way how to do it is read and listen to your favorite English audiobooks while are you reading the same novel in English. It can really help you with your English vocabulary, English grammar, and you can it can help you with your English pronunciation. You have to practice, and the most important thing, I think that the best way how to practice your speaking skills is you have to regularly practice your speaking skills. Don't be worried about your speaking skills in English. You have to regularly practice it. You can do a lot of errors. Who cares? It's only about you. And the best way how to do it is create your own English podcast in English. I think it's the best idea because you can do something about your hobbies. You have to practice writing skills because you can create your own novel in English like me. It can be short, one like the my novel Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary, and you can publish it in your podcast, and because you have to regularly practice your writing skills, and the best way how to do it is create your own novel like me, and you can write and you can create your own female character or male character. It doesn't it's on you, of course, and you can publish it in your own English podcast that can be about your hobbies. I really recommend you to do it because you can do something interesting, funny, educational, and you can change your life, I think, and that's the best thing. And you can live without language barriers, and you can improve your life. And After 1 year, I started to watch movies and series in English. I listen to my favorite English podcasts and audiobooks in English, and I doing my own Peter's English podcast. And yes, my hobbies are learning English and doing my podcast. That means I like watching movies and series in English. I like listening to my favorite English podcasts and audiobooks in English, and I like doing my own Peter's English podcast. After 5 minutes of rambling about the same thing in every episode, yes, I'm doing it because I want to introduce you myself. Because I want to introduce myself to you because no one knows me, and I'm going to read you my new fairy tale of my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary. It's called Chapter 1, Vierka's Childhood. Right now, I've decided that this Chapter 1, Vierka's Childhood, is the first chapter of my novel Viera the Vampire Girl Diary, because until now I have created 28 fairy tales about Viera the Vampire Girl Diary of my novel, and my first chapter wasn't a real fairy tale created by myself. It was created by Microsoft Copilot, and it's only a prologue. That means the current chapter 1 will be my prologue, and this chapter 1, Vierka's Childhood, that is my official first fairy tale about Viera the Vampire Girl, is my official chapter 1. That means I've created until now 29 chapters that are only my own novels that are my own fairy tales of my novel Viera the Vampire Girl, created by myself, by me, Peter, your host of your and my Peter's English podcast. Let's go, people. I'm going to read you my new fairy tale, chapter 1, Vierka's Childhood, right now. Hold your hands, hold your fingers, and I'm going to read you it right now. But it it was a little mistake, but we can continue. I have to find my here is chapter 1, Vierka's Childhood. Wait a minute. I hope it is here. Yes, it is here. Of course it's here, because I was writing it on my notebook, on my gaming notebook. Yes, people, I'm using my gaming notebook for recording because it's gaming GPU really has helped me with encoding the video of my video episodes. And we can start. Enough rambling, Peter, we can start. Chapter 1, Vierka's Childhood. Viera Orsak's Diary. Darling, do you think this is going to work? Asked the vampire Robert Orsak nervously and shyly, turning to his wife Eva. If you're going to be this nervous, it won't work at all, snapped Eva. We've been trying long enough and still nothing, you clumsy fool. She scolded again. You had plenty of time to prepare. I'm the boss in this relationship. What I say is law for you, understood? I want children now. Until now I was just testing you, you idiot. Now brace yourself. First, I need to tame you, you wild vampire. It's obvious you've barely seen a woman in your life, she teased. In the end, everything turned out well. Eva became pregnant. It'll be a boy. It has to be a boy, Robert cheered. Good thing you don't get to decide that. You did well, but you need a firm hand, you mutt, Eva said sternly. Robert and Eva were war heroes who had taken part in the Slovak national uprising. After the war, they worked together as teachers. Robert taught physical education and Eva worked at the medical school being a trained nurse. She loved caring for her patients at the hospital, and Robert enjoyed leading his students in sports, until they both mysteriously disappeared forever. The truth was, the leader of the Orsak vampire clan had permanently forbidden contact with humans, remembering how they once tried to destroy him. He used to hunt them in the dark of night, back in the Middle Ages. He reinstated a medieval regime that everyone had to obey. No one was allowed to leave the castle, which was protected and invisible to outsiders. Robert and Eva continued working as teachers at the vampire school. Eva decided to have children once. She saw that Robert was obedient and followed her every command. Eva was a beautiful, dominant vampire with long, raven black hair. Every vampire wanted her. She loved flirting with handsome, muscular vampires, especially in front of her husband, because she adored making him jealous. Miss Teacher, you look absolutely delicious today. May I call you Evka? Her colleague, the Latin teacher Emil, winked flirtatiously. Of course, Emil, my handsome one. You can do anything. Unfortunately, I married that oaf of mine. He's such a clumsy mess. Maybe I'll give you a chance. So, impress me. Eva flirted, winking seductively at Emil as they sat together in the teacher's lounge. Elka is mine. Just try it, and Robert growled at his colleague. Or what? Will you fight for me, my little buck? That's so romantic. Eva teased her husband while still casting seductive glances at Emil. She enjoyed it when handsome vampires fought over her. Robert, if you win, maybe I won't tease you so much, but you're such a sweetheart when you're jealous. Eva laughed seductively, touching her husband's hands. Day by day, her pregnancy became more visible. It only added to her beauty, charm, and allure. To her husband, she was the absolute boss. He obediently fulfilled her every command. Robert, I'm in labor! Help! Eva suddenly screamed in pain as she truly began to give birth. Robert nearly fainted, but when Eva showed him a sharp look, he quickly snapped out of it. Are you planning to give birth instead of me? Pull yourself together, you fool, or I'll faint right into Emil's arms and put on such a show you'll burst with jealousy. Now get moving and do something, she shouted. Robert pulled himself together, carried Eva to the midwife, and waited nervously. Let it be a boy! Let it be a boy! He cried, pacing anxiously. Push, noble lady, push! The children won't come out. The children won't come out on their own, encouraged the vampire midwife Jana. I'm trying. You dare speak to me like that. I'll send for Lord Vladimir and you'll be out of a job. Eva screamed through the pain. Go ahead and replace me if our Lord Vladimir is even half as good as a midwife. Jana laughed. The birth was carried out in the old medieval way, naturally. Eva fought hard and finally, there are, noble lady, gasped the midwife in surprise. Well, don't keep me in suspense. I hope it's a daughter. Forget the husband. I'm the boss here. Eva declared proudly as she successfully gave birth. There are two beautiful daughters, twins, as lovely as you, noble lady. Congratulations from the bottom of my heart, said the midwife tearfully. Ah, they're so beautiful. You, sweetheart, will be called Vierka, and you, Lucka. Thank you, Janka, for your help. My husband will pay you well. Eva cried with joy. Is it the boy? Is it the boy? Robert asked impatiently. No, we've been gifted two beautiful daughters. Their names are Vierka and Lucka, Eva said, holding both twins in her arms, tears of joy streaming down her face. Beautiful, just like their mother, Robert cried with happiness. Luckily they take after me. Eva said proudly as she began to nurse them. Eva, or rather Mom, come here. Your daughters have done something bad again, Robert said angrily. They were hungry, so they had a little goat for dinner. Eva replied lovingly, gazing at her little girls Vierka and Lucka. For heaven's sake, why didn't you feed them properly? Robert snapped. They need to learn how to control their instincts. They're vampires just like us. Sure, but no, where am I supposed to get milk for my coffee? Robert grumbled. You're grounded, young ladies. Who's ever heard of drinking the blood of our goat? Her milk was perfect for coffee. Off to your rooms now and get ready for school, he said sternly. Daddy, don't make a scene or you'll be the one grounded, Eva said with love and pride. I'm so proud of them, she added joyfully. Proud? For what exactly? Robert asked, clearly frustrated. They finally hunted your favorite goat. Now I won't be jealous of her anymore. You always gave her more attention than me. Eva laughed. I just enjoy taking care of animals, Robert replied shyly, muttering under his breath. At least she was quiet. That really hurt, I hear that. I'm going to spend time with Emil while you try to teach our daughters something useful. Eva snapped back. I told you, Vierka, that goat was daddy's. Lucka said tearfully to her sister. I just felt sorry for mommy, little Vierka cried. Right, I'm going to the tavern. I finally see who's pulling the strings around here, Robert said angrily. Go ahead, stay there for all I care. I'll stay here with Emil. That silly goat means more to you than I do. I was just teaching the girls how to catch prey. Brilliant work, girls. You're so talented, Eva said proudly. It wouldn't have been possible without me, Robert muttered. Be quiet. Don't say things like that in front of the children. Daddy said something inappropriate, and now he'll have to work it. Off in the fields as punishment. As you can see, you must speak politely and respectfully to your parents. Now let's go study together, Eva said firmly. Dear students, it's time to learn how to use your vampire abilities. Vierka, do you see that rabbit? Imagine you're hungry. Catch it, said Vierka's vampire education teacher. Without hesitation, little Vierka caught the rabbit. Excellent, Vierka. You've inherited your mother's talent, the teacher said, blushing slightly as he remembered Vierka's mother Eva. Vierka and her sister Lucia were well-mannered young vampires, exceptionally gifted and consistently top of their class. Well done, girls! As a reward, go ahead and drink the blood from Daddy's new goat, so he learns to obey mommy, just like you do. Eva praised her daughters, shooting a stern glance at her husband Robert. Robert stayed silent, boiling with frustration. He now had to drink his beloved coffee without to cherishing milk from his favorite goat. As the girls grew older, puberty arrived. The once weak, obedient little daughters became 18-year-old young ladies, swept up in the whirlwind of adolescence. Life filled with their parents' love and the dual puritanical medieval control of their ancient grandfather, Lord Vladimir, became to bore them deeply. They had mastered their vampire abilities and used them with full joy. In those moments, they could forget their monotonous life ruled by medieval dogma. Vierka and her sister Lucia were secretly in love with the leader of a gang of young vampire delinquents, boys who didn't care about boring medieval school and bullied younger students. This one's mine, sister. He's so delicious, said 18-year-old Vierka to Lucia. Too late, sister. I seduced him ages ago. Go find someone else. He's mine, Lucia replied. The girls started fighting right in front of the gang leader, Vampire Pavel, and his vampire goons. Well, fangirls, ladies, don't fight over me. Good thing I'm not interested, kids, joked Robert, who had officially been declared an adult vampire after successfully hunting a bear with his sharp teeth and drinking its blood. His attitude screamed, I'm playing the important one, you silly geese. It's fine, sister. We'll get him eventually. We'll get him, cried Vierka. If we join his gang and bully others, he's ours, Lucia said proudly as if she'd just discovered America. Girls, Vierka and Lucia, my beautiful twins, here's your first target. Bring me the lunch of that little vampire and you're in. You'll be mine, said Pavel, the gang leader. That's not how we're going to have fun. I won't attack a younger vampire. I feel sorry for the boy. Think of me however you want, but you'll have to go through me first, shouted Vierka at Pavel. Lucia snapped back. I'm not going to chase after a guy. He should be chasing after me. I feel sorry for the young vampire too, and no one messes with my sister. How touching. Sisterly love. You're defending the young vampire like his mother's. For that, you dirty little rebels. We're going to have a great time together, Pavel laughed. The show is over. We finally caught you in the act. The girls told me everything. You nearly corrupted them, but their hearts are clearly like their mothers. Take them, boys. They'll work in the fields until they learn proper behavior. Thank you, girls, said Lord Vladimir, arriving with an army of vampires to finally capture the nefarious gang. You're welcome. I fell for the wrong guy. I felt sorry for the victims he bullied. I couldn't watch it anymore, said Vierka, tearfully realizing who she'd been trying to impress. I never liked him. He wasn't my type, Lucia said proudly. Oh, sure. But when you tried to fight me over him, that was just acting, right? Didn't want to raise your suspicion. Ha, sister, Viera laughed. Of course I was just pretending, Lucia replied proudly. Yes, right. But you drooled over him so convincingly when you saw him. You deserve an award for that performance, Vierka teased. Lucia, blushing deeply, chose to stay silent. The girls had learned who the right kind of man was, and what was truly good and evil. Girls, Viera and Lucia, your rite of passage begins now, Lord Vladimir declared solemnly before the entire vampire family. You must hunt a human, as you are of my bloodline. You are the future rulers of our vampire clan. If you bring him to me alive and drink his blood in front of me, you will be officially recognized as adults. Lord Vladimir had discovered an intruder near the castle, a young man named Peter who had unknowingly stumbled upon the gateway to the vampire world. What beautiful castle ruins, Peter said to himself, setting up camp under the open sky. I love camping in the middle of nowhere. He had come from the modern world unaware of what lay ahead. As he gazed up at the sky, he suddenly saw two beautiful 18-year-old girls, twins, dressed in medieval gowns, arguing with each other. Lucia, I told you we're lost, said Viera. We're not lost. These are the ruins of the medieval castle, Lucia replied proudly. Let's ask that handsome guy, said Viera, blushing without knowing why. Well, someone's got a crush, Lucia teased. Go ahead, he's yours. Enjoy. Young man, we're sisters, Viera said shyly. Cheeks flushed. We're looking for our horses. Have you seen them? She was clearly undressing Peter with her eyes, drawn to him but unwilling to admit it. Horses? Is there a ranch nearby? Peter asked, confused. How rude of me. This blushing beauty is... I'm Vierka, handsome, she said, winking seductively. You'll have to forgive my sister, Lucia laughed. She really likes you. Shut up, you cow, Viera snapped, still blushing. Peter wisely said nothing. I'll leave you two lovebirds alone, Lucia chuckled, then said a off directly to Viera. He really likes you. Pretend you want to kiss him passionately, and I'll call the family. No, sister, I can't do that. I can't do that to him. He's too sweet, Viera replied sadly in her mind. Fine, we're twins. I'll play the part. You call everyone, Lucia responded. Viera summoned the family while Lucia began her performance. Secretly, she was also attracted to Peter and wanted to enjoy him as a trophy. What a beautiful man, Lucia said, pretending to be Viera. She used her vampire powers, acting as if she were about to kiss him, and just as she leaned in to bite his neck, their family arrived, swirling in like mist. Well done, girls! From this moment you are officially adults, Lord Vladimir announced. His wife Zofia was instantly charmed by Peter. Viera, drink his blood, and you'll be an adult, she said. Help! Help! Bloodthirsty vampires! Viera, you're one of those monsters too! Peter cried in terror. I'm not a monster, you dog! Viera shouted angrily. Excellent, Viera. Use your rage. Drink his blood, Lord Vladimir urged. Peter screamed in fear, crying as Viera approached him. She was meant to make him her first victim. Just as she was about to sink her fangs into his neck, she kissed him passionately instead, shocking the entire family. She freed Peter, who escaped successfully. Then the Lord Vladimir said calmly, "These men will never remember this encounter." He erased Peter's memory of the strange meeting forever. Viera cried for a long time. She had broken the staff of her family's medieval dogma, ready to run away. The end. That's it, people. What do you think about it? I like it. It's very interesting and very funny. I had a lot of fun with when I was writing it, and as you can see, you can write your own English stories you can create your own novel like me, and you can publish it at your own English podcast, and it will be fun, interesting, and this is the hobby, the learning English and learning podcast, and you can do forever because it's funny, interesting, and you can connect with everyone in the world. Yes, do it. I really recommend you to do it, and it will be fun. Don't yes, of course, don't remember me. Remember me. Follow me everywhere. Watch my YouTube channel. Watch me everywhere. Read my new chapters. Read all the chapters of my novel Viera, the Vampire Girl Diary, and listen to it on your podcast app, or you can watch me on your YouTube channel or Spotify, of course, because I'm doing my my full video podcast on my YouTube channel and on my Spotify, and in other podcast apps you can find my audio. And yes, I want to stream for 30 minutes, and I'm waiting for this time. I'm trying to rambling. Yes, I've created until now 29 episodes. I like streaming and recording, and I don't know what to talk, what topic I can now speak with you, but I think that's it. Everything works great. I had a weekend. I want to relax at home and it will be fun. Yes, I've been streaming for 30 minutes now. Perfect. Keep learning English. Create your own English podcast about your hobbies. Write your own fairy tales. Create your own novel like me and publish it on your English podcast. Listen to your favorite English podcast. Watch movies and series in English. Read your favorite English audiobooks and read the English novels of the same English novels in the same time and improve your reading skills. I now want to end this episode and I want to tell you thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I want to tell you bye bye.